Renault 99's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:48.442. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Alright, Timo Schulberg has put down a 1:47.463. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Tatuus FA01.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Look at Keen go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car is performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
And there's Mike O'Hagan, easing out onto Watkins Glen boot. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Rob posted a 1:47.167 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Simon Barnes is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Tatuus FA01's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Chris Ilduke posted 1:50.627 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Eddie G is on their first practice flying lap. There goes Richard Rossier on their first dance with Watkins Glen boot. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Eddie G is getting to grips with the Tatuus FA01 in this practice session. With just 312 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. And away goes Richard Rossier, charging down turn 7, toe like a bull at a gate. This lap's where they set the tone for the session.
Indeed, Rob, it's about laying down a marker, seeing how the car responds when they dial everything up to 11. They're testing the waters, but also setting their own benchmarks.
Puppy Dog from Hell's First Flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 149.835. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Chris Ilduke crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 439.560. They're getting to grips with Watkins Glen boot, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Renault per 99 has a best lap time of 1:47.609. Wayne Pearson has a best lap time of 1:49.124. Puppy Dog from Hell's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 10:10.216. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
There's the first flying lap for Chris Ilduke, hitting 150.671. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
With just 307 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Puppy Dog from Hell posted a 151.093 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Simon Barnes posted 152.413 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
There are just over 305 minutes left in this practice session. Alright, Chris Ilduke has put down a 149.551. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Tatuus FA01.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
And off goes Jack M team, easing into the rhythm of Watkins Glen boot. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the sensors, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Richard Rossier has a best lap time of 149.353. Watch as Jack M team takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything a Euro. The brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Richard Rossier's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 148.796. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
There's Mr. Bang, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The outlap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Watkins Glen boot.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a barbie, you gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Get ready for some high-octane action as the drivers take on the challenge of qualifying at Watkins Glen Boot.
This is where champions are made, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Wayne Pearson is on their outlap. A solid performance from Chris Duke as they currently hold position 4. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. It's been a challenging day for Zhou Yu in qualifying. They currently sit in 13th position, which is not reflective of their true potential. With the session nearing its end, they'll need to push hard and extract every ounce of performance to improve their result.
You're spot on, Rob. Zhou Yu has had a tough time in this qualifying session, but they shouldn't be counted out just yet. With their experience and the support of their team, they might find the extra speed needed to move up the grid.
A strong showing from Jack M team as they currently sit in 9th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. What a fantastic showing from Rob in qualifying. They currently hold the top spot and are in prime position for a strong starting position. Their lap times have been exceptional, and they have showcased their talent and determination. Rob has completed their outlap. Chris Duke has secured a respectable 4th in the Chris Duke has completed their outlap. Currently in 9th, Puppy Dog from Hell has displayed promising speed. Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Rob has completed their first flying lap in 1:46.006. It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Timo Schulberg so far. They find themselves in 16th position. Timo Schulberg has completed their outlap. A tough qualifying session for Puppy Dog from Hell. They're currently mired in 15th position. Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. Not the ideal start for Mr. Bang in this qualifying session. Currently in 14th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. Mr. Bang has just completed that lap in 1:51.179. Their best lap so far is 1:51.179, putting them in P13. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? Disappointing performance from Megasaurus 55 in this qualifying session. Currently in 11th position, they'll need to dig deep and find some extra speed to climb up the leaderboard and secure a better starting position for the race.
I completely agree, Rob. Megasaurus 55 is in a difficult position, but they have the opportunity to analyze their performance so far and make the necessary.
Megasaurus 55 has just completed a lap in 1:48.567. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. A challenging session for maybe today Satan so far. They're currently in 17th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result. Maybe today Satan has completed their outlap. A disappointing performance from Wayne Pearson so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 12th position is certainly not what they were aiming for. However, they have the talent and experience to bounce back and salvage a better result.
I share your thoughts, Rob. Wayne Pearson is facing a setback in this qualifying session, but they have the resilience to bounce back. They need to stay positive, work closely with their engineers, and find the optimal strategy to make progress.
Wayne Pearson has completed their first flying lap in 1:49.857. Impressive display by Eddie G, currently sitting in position 7. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Incredible drive by Megasaurus 55 so far, earning them 5th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? A tough outing for maybe today Satan in qualifying today. They currently sit in 16th position, which is far from ideal. However, there's a chance for them to regroup, analyze their data, and make some adjustments to their setup to improve their result. Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves well in 5th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're spot on, Rob. Megasaurus 55's current position of 5th is a test.
Looks like Megasaurus 55 is making a statement, securing a spot in 3rd.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up.
It's been a challenging session for maybe today Satan. They're currently languishing in 16th position, which is not where they had envisioned themselves. But in motorsport, anything can happen, and with their skill and determination, they might still turn things around. Maybe today Satan has just completed that lap in 1:51.423. Their best lap so far is 1:51.423, putting them in P15. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Wayne Pearson's got their work cut out for them in 11th. Perhaps adjusting the gear ratios for better acceleration could help knock off a few tenths.
You're on the money, Rob. On a track with this many tight turns, quicker acceleration out of the corners could be key to a faster lap time.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Timo Schulberg has completed their outlap. It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Chris Iljuk so far. They find themselves in 17th position, which is not where they had hoped to be. However, there's still time left on the clock, and they have the opportunity to make improvements. Chris Iljuk has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by Richard Rossier, currently in 9th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Richard Rossier has done a fantastic job to claim 9th. The challenge.
Richard Rossier's latest lap at 1:48.669 isn't cutting the mustard. They're sitting in 6th, which means there's a fair bit of ground to make up.
Yeah, Rob, it's a decent time, but in this game, decent won't get you to the podium. They'll need to dig deeper and find some extra pace.
And there goes Mike, currently in position 2. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time. Sunoiler's last lap at 1:48.559 has them languishing in 6th. Time's slipping away, and they need to find some magic on the track.
Absolutely, Rob. It's crunch time, and they've got to push that Tatuus FA01 beyond its limits if they want to claw back into the top 5.
Impressive work from Renopa 99, who has claimed 3rd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. A solid qualifying performance by Richard Rossier, positioning them in 8th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. A strong showing from Jack M team as they currently sit in 5th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Jack M team has positioned themselves well in 5th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Currently in 6th, Sunoiler has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. With Sunoiler now sitting pretty in 4th, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn.
A tough qualifying session for Mr. Bang. They're currently mired in. Mr. Bang's clocking in at 1:50.345 isn't turning heads just yet. They're holding on to 15th, but with time running out, it's now or never.
They've got the skill, Rob, but they need to translate that into lap times. It's time to throw caution to the wind and go all out.
Eddie G has put in a great effort and currently holds 10th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Eddie G has some work to do, as that 148.573 is only good enough for 7th. Not the ideal start for Mr. Bang in this qualifying session. Currently in 15th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. The pressure is on, and they'll need to deliver their best performance. Incredible drive by Eddie G so far, earning him 7th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up? Timo Schulberg has secured a respectable 10th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Timo Schulberg has just completed a lap in 1:47.879. Let's see if they can improve on that time further. It's an impressive showing by Richard Rossier, currently in 10th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? With Richard Rossier clocking a 1:48.433, they've got themselves a mountain to climb, stuck in 8th.
They're not out of the fight yet, Rob, but it's going to take some serious wheel work to make up that gap. The clock's ticking, and they need to make every lap count from here on out.
Disappointing performance from Mr. Bang in this qualifying session. Currently in 15th position, they'll need to dig deep and find some extra speed to climb up the leaderboard and secure a better starting position for the race. It's about time Mr. Bang considered a different approach. With a 1:49.846, they're stuck in 13th. Maybe a change in brake bias could give him more control in those hard braking zones.
That's a solid point, Rob. Better braking control means they can brake later and harder, making up precious time in the corners.
A disappointing performance from Joe Yu so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 12th position is certainly not what they were aiming for. I'm thinking Joe Yu could benefit from tweaking their tyre strategy. That last lap at 1:50.253 isn't cutting it for 12th. A switch to a softer compound might give them the edge they need.
Spot on, Rob. A softer tire could provide that extra grip, but they'll have to manage tire wear carefully. It's a risky play, but it might just pay off.
Joe Yu might need to rethink their setup. That 1:50.253 isn't doing them any favors in 12th. Maybe tweaking the downforce for better grip could shave off a few precious seconds.
I agree, Rob. A bit more downforce on those corners at Watkins Glen boot could make a world of difference. But they'll have to be careful not to sacrifice too much top speed on the straights.
There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Watkins Glen boot as we're getting ready to kick things off. Rob Keane will have the best seat in the house starting from pole position. Our second place starter for today's race is none other than Renault 99. Taking the third spot is Mike O'Hagan.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
We're seeing Timo Schulberg in the fourth spot.
Timo Schulberg will be ready to show what they're made of.
At fifth, we have the one and only Sunoiler.
They are in a good place to mount a good challenge come the first corner.
Megasaurus 55 is lining up sixth. Our seventh place starter, Jack M Team, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. Eddie G is placed in eighth.
The American driver has been driving the wheels off the Tatuus FA01 in practice.
On the ninth grid slot, we have Richard Rossier. The 10th starting position belongs to Hugh Jass, who will be looking to make up ground early on. Wayne Pearson is in a solid position starting from 11th on the grid. Starting from 12th on the grid is a tough ask for Joe Ergue, but they're up for the challenge. Mr. Bang has some work to do from 13th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet.
Mr. Bang won't be too disappointed with 13th.
Chris Ilduke may have a bit of work to do starting from 14th on the grid. Starting from 15th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Puppy Dog from Hell.
We've seen great results from here. What has Puppy Dog from Hell got in store for us?
They're away. First lap's a bit how ya going. It's tighter than a tinny in a koozie. One slip and you might cop a prang.
Right here, this is the make or break moment. Gotta have the smarts and the skills to navigate this crowd. It's like trying to change lanes on a busy freeway during rush hour.
The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap.
What a beautiful day for racing here at Watkins Glen boot. This is going to be good to watch.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Assetto Corsa Friends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all.
All the drivers will be jostling for the best position, Rob. Some of them may not make it to the second lap in one piece.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race.
I for one am really excited, Rob. The rivalry between Timo Schulberg and Megasaurus 55 has been building before the race, and this is where scores are settled.
The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage? A great start to the race there from Joe Ergue. That's really going to put the cat among the pigeons.
Yeah, a great start. Now Ergue just needs to keep it together and keep out of trouble.
Get ready, folks. With Jack M Team tailing this close to Joe Ergue, turn 11 is about to become a hotspot. And Jack M Team has just won the place from Joe Ergue. Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Renault 99. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Megasaurus 55 must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Mr. Bang is breathing down the neck of Puppy Dog from Hell, not giving him any room to relax.
And the drivers know it too, Rob. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
We've got an edge-of-your-seat battle between Megasaurus 55 in 5th and Hugh Jass in 6th, with just 0.1 seconds between them.
I've seen Megasaurus 55 in tight spots before, but Hugh Jass is breathing down their neck.
Yeah, reckon it's tighter than a Sydney parking spot right now. Hugh Jass wants to find a way round Megasaurus 55. Oh, this is getting intense. Mr. Bang is just behind Wayne Pearson. Hold on to your hats, folks. Jack M team is right on the heels of Joe Ergue, and we're in for a wild ride. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy. Every race has its highs and lows. Today, Timo Schulberg acquaints themselves with a new perspective at 16th.
Well, slap my knee and call it a dance. Timo Schulberg's taken a lil sidestep there.
Oh dear, Timo Schulberg has dropped down to 17th. Coming into turn 4, S's the fight for 8th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink?
The only thing closer than Ergue to Jack M team right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Mate, Mr. Bang's gonna have to defend like a kangaroo in a boxing match.
You Aussies and your analogies. But yeah, it's game on for sure.
A tough moment for Mr. Bang, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 15th. Things are getting spicy as Jack M team is breathing down Joe Ergue's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. The adrenaline is pumping as Wayne Pearson gets within striking distance of maybe today's Satan in their race for 11th.
Wayne Pearson is following maybe today's Satan so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
The intensity is off the charts as Joe Ergue hounds Jack M team, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
Should things go south between Ergue and Jack M team, we might witness a high-speed game of bumper cars, but trust me, it's way less fun with real race cars.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Blimey, Rob veered off the track like I veer away from commitment. Maybe they'll come back, unlike my ex. This is what separates the best from the rest. These drivers are demonstrating their racecraft, searching for any weakness to exploit. It's a true test of skill. Well, if it isn't Timo Schulberg, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac. It's an intense battle for position as Mr. Bang tries to outmaneuver Simon Barnes. This is edge of your seat racing.
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like Mr. Bang is taking that advice to heart today.
No room for error here. Simon Barnes, hold on a moment, looks like Mr. Bang tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half. It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Wayne Pearson can catch some shade behind Mr. Bang?
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. Shoot, Rob, you ever seen a hound chase a rabbit? That's Wayne Pearson for young, trying to close in on Mr. Bang with every twist and turn of Watkins Glen boot.
They're giving it everything they've got. It's a battle of nerves as they push the limits of adhesion, going wheel to wheel in a thrilling display of racing prowess.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. The proximity of these cars is incredible. The precision and trust these drivers have in each other is truly remarkable.
You reckon Wayne Pearson's rearview is just filled with Mr. Bang now?
Oh, without a doubt. That's a sight no driver wants in their mirrors. It's an intense race between these two drivers and Mr. Bang is going to have to try something here.
This is what it's all about, folks. Jack M team is in hot pursuit of Richard Rossier, who's just trying to stay ahead.
That's right. Jack M team is determined to pass Richard Rossier and secure a higher position.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
Bloody hell. Timo Schulberg's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 14th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration? I'm curious, Hal, can you tell us about any pre-race rituals you had when you were racing?
Of course, Rob. Before every race, I would listen to a specific playlist of songs to help me get in the zone. I also had a lucky pair of socks that I would wear during races. It may sound silly, but those little rituals help me feel prepared and focused.
Look at Wayne Pearson trying to close that gap on Simon Barnes. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. Well, butter my biscuit. Wayne Pearson's hot on Simon Barnes's tail, and not in the way you're thinking. There's some serious wooing going on at Watkins Glen Boot today.
Whoa there. Mr. Bang is sticking to Timo Schulberg like glue. You reckon Timo Schulberg's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. Buckle up. Simon Barnes is all over Timo Schulberg like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
The gap between Jack M Team and Sunoiler is razor thin as they vie for fifth in this nail-biting contest. Strike a light. Jack M Team is throwing out numbers like they're buying rounds at the pub. Sunoiler, did that sting a bit? With a move that's swift, I'd say Jack M Team's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. If Richard Rossier goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. Blimey, Sunoiler is closing in on Jack M Team like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up turn 5, outer loop. Seems like Puppy Dog from Hell is getting in range of Eddie G. Hold on to your seats. Richard Rossier is turning the heat up on Sunoiler, closing in for the kill. The best laid plans of mice and men, haha, but it's certainly not going to plan for Richard Rossier right now as they are struggling to keep up with Sunoiler. Well, ain't this a ding-dong battle? Jack M Team is putting up the barriers like I do when my mates want to borrow the ute. No way through, Sunoiler. Buckle up, Hal. Sunoiler is cutting into Jack M Team's lead like a hot knife through butter. It's now down to 0.6 seconds.
Looks like Jack M Team's got a hungry wolf in the henhouse, and that's Sunoiler.
You know, mate, I was chatting with some of the pit crew earlier, and they were debating on which tyre compound to use. Hard as deciding between a meat pie and a sausage roll. Breaking development. Blimey. Richard Rossier's just thrown another shrimp on the Barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt. Wow, Puppy Dog from Hell is really pushing hard to catch up to Eddie G. There's blood in the water for 14th place.
Remember that time Puppy Dog from Hell made that audacious move on the last lap? Feels like deja vu, doesn't it, Rob?
This is a thrilling battle as Sunoiler edges closer to Jack M Team in their fight for P5.
In this high-speed game of chess, it's all about strategy. Who will make the next move?
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Puppy Dog from Hell is sniffing around Eddie G like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 14th.
Well, bless my heart. Puppy Dog from Hell is shadowing Eddie G so closely, it's like they're hitched together. Keep an eye on them as they whip through turn 9.
It's not coming up roses for Puppy Dog from Hell. They're trailing Eddie G and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Every move counts now as Megasaurus 55 works to reel in Richard Rossier and overtake for P8. It's a thrilling pursuit as Puppy Dog from Hell is right behind Eddie G, keeping the pressure on for 14th place. Now isn't this a show? Megasaurus 55's gotten a bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Richard Rossier. Look at them weave and bob through turn 7, folks. Oi, Eddie G, might want to chuck AUEY. With Puppy Dog from Hell that close, you'd think you owed them money. And between us, I know a bit about that. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Eddie G for nabbing 13th. Hold on to your hats. Megasaurus 55 is gunning for Richard Rossier. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? Not much room to breathe for Hugh Jass with Jack M team trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at turn 1, the 90.
If Jack M team gets any closer to Hugh Jass, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
Richard Rossier wants to get into Megasaurus 55 slipstream.
They need to keep it on the black stuff. You don't get points for driving over weeds, not in this game.
It's a close race between Jack M team and Hugh Jass in 4th. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
You reckon Richard Rossier's sweating bullets yet, Rob? Because I'd be needing a towel by now with Megasaurus 55 right behind me.
Here's some action. Simon Barnes is tailgating Puppy Dog from Hell so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near turn 4, S's.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Simon Barnes is doing to Puppy Dog from Hell right now, doesn't it?
They're going for the same piece of tarmac. Sparks are flying as they battle for position, daring each other to brake later and go deeper into the corners.
Spot on, Rob. This constant back and forth battle is...
Sorry to cut in here. Oi. Maybe today Satan tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, maybe today Satan 0. It looks like Chris Duke is all over maybe today Satan. I think they're gonna press them through turn 7, toe and try and press for a mistake.
For sure Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as maybe today Satan is gonna be aware of them riding their bumper. Can they make it past without taking the paint off?
Stone the Crows. Chris Duke's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 10th. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Rob. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
If Eddie G gets any closer, they might as well ask Timo Schulberg for a piggyback ride.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Jack M team is proper nipping at Hugh Jass's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. We got a close battle as Timo Schulberg closes in on maybe today Satan.
Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Timo Schulberg is recalibrating, now at 13th. Breaking alert, it looks like Timo Schulberg has been called into the pits. Alright, hold your horses. Sunoiler is really putting the heat on Jack M team. If I were Jack M team, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
Honestly, Rob, with this chase, I'm half expecting to see some sneaky dive bombs in the next few laps. Popcorn ready?
The tension is palpable. These drivers are showing tremendous respect for each other while going all out. It's a masterclass in clean, hard racing. What a tight spot for Hugh Jass. They have Sunoiler right on their tail 0.1 seconds away, and Jack M team just inches away with a gap of 0.1 seconds. It's a true test of their racecraft.
Absolutely, Rob. The pressure is mounting for Hugh Jass as they navigate through this challenging situation. It's crucial for them to remain.
Breaking alert. By the looks of it, Sunoiler reckoned Watkins Glen boot had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one. There's no escape now. Maybe today Satan is breathing fire and has locked onto Chris Ilduke's tail. It seems like Hugh Jass is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
Hold on a second. A great pass for Hugh Jass as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Richard Rossier has lost ground. Cricky. Maybe today Satan's sticking to Chris Ilduke like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights.
On this asphalt battlefield, maybe today Satan's determination is the weapon, and Chris Ilduke is the target.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
The chase music's playing in maybe today Satan's head as they reel in Chris Ilduke, moment by nail-biting moment. As they speed through inner loop, Richard Rossier is relentlessly pursuing Sunoiler in a high-stakes battle for position.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Richard Rossier is putting the pressure on Sunoiler. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
It's like Rob Keane has saved all their energy for this final stretch. And it's a checkered flag for Keane, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today.
What a result for Rob Keane. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that performance, and rightly so. They really put in the work and it's paid off in spades.
Impressive second place finish for Mike.
Intense race, but Mike held their nerve and earned a great second place.
Excellent focus from Renault 99 to secure a fantastic third place on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Jack M team brings home fourth. Joerg Yu take fifth. Megasaurus 55, Hugh Jass, and Wayne Pearson end in 6th, 7th, and 16th. 8th and 9th is Sunoiler and Richard Rossier. With Eddie G in 10th. Chris Ilduke and maybe today Satan in 11th and 12th. Coming in 13th we have Puppy Dog from Hell, followed by Simon Barnes in 14th. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Watkins Glen Boot, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The drivers are looking focused out there on the grid. I'm excited for this one, Rob.
Eddie G will be feeling confident starting from pole position.
But they can't let their guard down. The other drivers will be gunning for them.
Richard Rossier will begin the race from the second spot on the starting grid. And in third place, we have Sunoiler.
I'm sure Sunoiler will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
Our fourth place starter, Hugh Jass, is poised to make a move towards the front.
Could we see a podium result from Hugh Jass?
Watch out for Megasaurus 55, starting from the fifth grid position in today's race. Starting from the sixth position, Joe Yu will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. Lining up in seventh is Jack M10.
An opportunity for some good points today, but the others aren't going to make it easy.
In the middle of the pack, we have Renopa 99 starting from the 8th position on the grid.
Jack M Team isn't going to make it easy to get through the pack.
Starting from 9th on the grid is a good position for Mike O'Hagan to launch an attack.
Starting on the hards tires.
From the middle of the pack, we have Rob Keane in 10th place on the starting grid. Chris Ilduke has got their work cut out for them starting from 11th on the grid. Starting from 12th on the grid is not ideal for maybe today's Satan, but they're a fighter. Puppy Dog from Hell has qualified 13th.
But they've got the skills to make something happen.
Simon Barnes will need to. The green luminescence beckons an odyssey. As they hustle and jostle, it's a dance of the intellect and instinct.
Avoiding contact while trying to gain position is essential. The first lap is often where we see incidents that can change the course of the race.
Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position?
No rush, no fuss for Simon Barnes. In the South, we appreciate taking a moment to breathe, and that's just what they're doing at 14. We'll see how things spice up.
I can't wait to see how this race will play out. This is going to be one hell of a race. I can already feel it. Bloody ripper of a start for O'Hagan. Makes you wonder what the others were doing, taking a smoko? Now, isn't that a sight? Megasaurus 55 hanging tight at 5. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
All the drivers will be trying to take advantage of the pack whilst they're still bunched up.
I am so excited at the prospects for this race. I can't wait to see the drama unfold.
Gee whiz, Megasaurus 55 is breathing down Sunoiler's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Sunoiler's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
This battle between Megasaurus 55 and Sunoiler is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
Look at that. They're trading places in every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost them dearly.
You're absolutely right, Rob. The level of respect these drivers have for each other while pushing their limits is commendable. It's a testament to their professionalism and love for the sport.
Things are heating up as O'Hagan closes in on Sunoiler. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
It's a battle of nerves now. Who will make the first mistake, Mike or Sunoiler? This is high-stakes racing.
It's like a Barbie in summer. Megasaurus 55 is the snag sizzling on the grill, and Renopa 99? The hungry mate waiting for a bite.
Hate to say it, but Megasaurus 55 might just find themselves getting lapped. Kinda like that time I tried line dancing and ended up tripping over my own boots.
Oh, this is getting intense. Mike is just behind Sunoiler.
Should things go awry, O'Hagan and Sunoiler might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
Puppy Dog from Hell appears to be trying to find a way round Rob that could make a move on them in turn 8, heel.
Do they have the speed for a move, and more importantly, do they have the talent?
It's a game of inches now as Richard Rossier tails Wayne Pearson closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. The adrenaline is pumping as Sunoiler gets within striking distance of Mike in their race for second. Oh my, Megasaurus 55 is hot on the tail of Sunoiler. As they come into turn 4, S's I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside. Sunoiler has the pedal to the metal chasing Mike.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Megasaurus 55 is breathing down the neck of Sunoiler, not giving them any room to relax.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Megasaurus 55 is definitely living on the edge today.
Megasaurus 55 is looking to take advantage of that aero as they get in range of Sunoiler. That's going to give them the pull they need to mount a challenge very soon. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Sunoiler could be looking for a way up the inside of Mike. Things are getting oh no, what's this? Bloody hell. Eddie G just took a quick detour to the outback. Maybe they saw a kangaroo on the track or something.
Well, shoot, Eddie's channeling me trying to park in the city. A complete disaster, but always a show.
Sunoiler seems to be putting the pressure on Mike.
And they are poised to capitalize on any mistake, but who's going to make that mistake first?
Get ready, folks. With Megasaurus 55 tailing this close to Sunoiler, turn 3, S's is about to become a hotspot. Coming into turn 3, S's the fight for 11th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink?
With the way Wayne Pearson is stalking Puppy Dog from Hell, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
And Mike O'Hagan is having to make the Tatuus FA01 as wide as possible to try and keep Megasaurus 55 behind them.
If Megasaurus 55 gets any closer to the back of Mike, then one of them is going to need some lube, if they want to take this further.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Crikey, Keen's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched 5th. The intensity is off the charts as Sunoiler hounds Eddie G, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Blimey, Simon Barnes is sticking to Joe Erg like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit turn 8, heel. It's a dynamic landscape out there. Simon Barnes' shift to 16th is testament to that.
That's got to hurt. Simon Barnes will be kicking themselves right now.
A great moment for Simon Barnes, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Mate, Jack M team's right up Simon Barnes' chuff. As they zip through turn 11, we're all expecting some fireworks. Hold your breath, folks. Jack M team is sandwiched between two relentless competitors, 0.1 seconds behind and Simon Barnes 0.2 seconds ahead. They're fighting tooth and nail for every position. I've been analysing races for quite some time, and the sheer endurance of these drivers never ceases to amaze me.
Couldn't agree more. It's not just about physical stamina but mental fortitude. To stay sharp, lap after lap, especially with so many variables at play, it's a testament to their dedication and skill.
The gap between Rob Always Keen and Megasaurus 55 is razor thin as they vie for fourth in this nail-biting contest. Rob is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 1.37 seconds down. With steely determination and laser focus, Mike is homing in on Sunoiler. The battle lines are drawn. It seems like Mike is pushing. They are on for recording their best laps so far this race.
Can Mike keep it together?
I've been going over some historical stats, and the lap records at Watkins Glen Boot have been shattered so many times.
It's a testament to the ever-evolving world of motorsport. What was once considered fast becomes the norm, and drivers and engineers are always pushing the envelope.
The crowd is on its feet as Hugh Jass chases down Chris Ilduke through turn 2 S's.
Watch out now. Hugh Jass is edging ever closer to Chris Ilduke. They'll be wheel to wheel by the time they reach turn 2 S's.
G'day viewers. If you're just tuning in, you've picked a ripper of a moment. Sunoiler is in second and they're tailgating the leader. This is edge of your seat stuff.
You bet, Rob. It's like the leader's got a drop bear in the rear view mirror, lurking, waiting for that perfect moment to drop. Sunoiler is surely smelling opportunity here.
No room for error here. Megasaurus 55 is breathing down the neck of Eddie G, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
You know, Rob, I wouldn't put it past Megasaurus 55 to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
Blimey, Chris Ilduke is closing in on Hugh Jass like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up turn 7, toe.
It's going to be a close one. Chris Ilduke will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
We're watching Megasaurus 55 in 5th, and is currently being hounded by Renault 99 with a gap of just 0.1 seconds. Oi, Rob Keen, no time for a smoko break. Sunoiler's tearing up the track like it's the end of the world.
It will be interesting to see if Sunoiler can keep outpacing Rob Always Keen.
What a move. Rob has moved up to second. Hold on to your hats, folks. Chris Ilduke is right on the heels of Hugh Jass, and we're in for a wild ride. Hold on to your hats. Megasaurus 55 is gunning for Eddie G. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
I swear, Megasaurus 55's on the prowl, making that leap to 4th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue.
Well, butter my biscuit. Megasaurus 55's burning rubber and climbing up to 4th.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Richard Rossier is right behind Chris Ilduke, keeping the pressure on for 9th place.
Sweet tea and biscuits. Richard Rossier's closing in on Chris Ilduke. I reckon we'll see some fireworks at turn 5, outer loop.
It seems like Rob is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Can Keen refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of?
Buckle up. Renault 99 is all over Eddie G like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
If Renault 99 isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine, and trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Jack M team wants to find a way round puppy dog from hell. Superb driving from Jack M team, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. Gee whiz, Sunoiler's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking. A brilliant maneuver from Sunoiler, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Sunoiler is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Renault 99 is on a mission, chasing Eddie G, who's despereatly trying to stay ahead.
You can see that car bouncing around as they ride the curves. It's a risky move that could end in disaster.
It's a close race between Richard Rossier and maybe today Satan in 8th.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Richard Rossier and maybe today Satan, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Renault 99 is proper nipping at Eddie's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Whoa there. Richard Rossier is sticking to maybe today Satan like glue. You reckon maybe today Satan's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would.
Oi, Rob, wouldn't want to be in maybe today Satan's shoes right now, would y'all? Talk about a pressure cooker situation.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Eddie G is sniffing around Renault 99 like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 5th. We got a close battle as Richard Rossier closes in on maybe today Satan. Here's some action. Eddie's tailgating Renault 99 so close, it's like they're sharing the same set of wheels as they near turn 1, the 90.
Sweet Caroline, Eddie's giving Renault 99 a hard time. Can't wait to see what happens when they hit turn 1, the 90.
Oi, Joe you, if you wanted a tour of Wayne Pearson's rear bumper. Oh no, what's this? Oh dear, Wayne Pearson has had an incident.
Dang, Wayne Pearson swerving around like me chasing a sale at the car parts store. Always ends up being a wild ride.
Gee whiz, puppy dog from hell is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Mr. Bang's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. It's pedal to the metal for puppy dog from hell, while Mr. Bang's still flipping through the radio channels. You can feel the rumble from here. Rob's in the thick of it, and they're not letting go. It's a battle of wills, and only the strongest will come out on top.
Yeah, it's like the final lap of the Daytona 500. Pedal to the metal, eyes on the prize, and no room for error. This is what racing's all about.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
As an experienced driver,
Hold up a mo. Oh, mate. That's how I used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining. Oh, this is getting intense. Mr. Bang is just behind puppy dog from hell. Mr. Bang's playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, puppy dog from hell's just raring to go. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
this is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
It's an intense battle for position as Richard Rossier tries to outmaneuver maybe today Satan. This is edge of your seat racing. Someone's revved up after lunch. Richard Rossier's blitzed ahead, claiming 8th. The race is really heating up. Mike is hunting down Rob Keane with everything they've got. A twist in our tale. Mike's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at 3rd.
Hold the horses. Looks like Mike O'Hagan's decided to give the rest a fighting chance, slidden down a tad.
Seems like Joe Yu is getting in range of Jack M team.
If you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
It's a battle for position as Chris Ilduck tries to make a move on Wayne Pearson. This is what racing is all about.
It's a game of inches now as Chris Ilduke tails Wayne Pearson closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Oh, Talk about a tango on tarmac. Puppy Dog from Hell is dancing closer and closer to Mr. Bang. You can feel the tension as they approach turn 8, heel.
Hold onto your hats, folks. Puppy Dog from Hell is giving Mr. Bang a run for their money. Things are gonna get spicy as they round turn 8, heel.
By the looks of it, maybe today Satan in 9th is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Richard Rossier. Hold on to your stubbies. Good news for maybe today Satan, the gap to Richard Rossier has decreased. It's now down to 0.3 seconds.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
Watching Chris Ilduke try to close that gap on Wayne Pearson is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Chris Ilduke's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Wayne Pearson.
This ain't Chris Ilduke's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If Wayne Pearson ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
Boy, maybe today Satan is on Richard Rossier like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack. This isn't just racing, it's art in motion. And maybe today's Satan is painting a masterpiece in pursuit.
Things are heating up as Chris Ilduke closes in on Wayne Pearson. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. It's looking good for Chris Ilduke, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Wayne Pearson.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Chris Ilduke needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
It's a great day, and the tarmac's heating up, and these tires are getting a proper workout.
Speaking of which, tire management is such an underrated skill. Knowing when to push hard and when to conserve, it's like a strategic dance out there on the asphalt.
Things are getting spicy as Simon Barnes is breathing down Wayne Pearson's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. The action is non-stop as maybe today Satan shadows Richard Rossier through every twist and turn, determined to claim 8th.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. Who will take home the victory? It's too close to call.
Rob is on fire in the last sector.
That's an impressive burst of speed. It's all but said and done now.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Keane, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
You can see the sheer determination on Rob's face as they take the win. That's the mark of a true champion, folks.
Sunoiler takes second place with a fantastic race. What a race from O'Hagan. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium.
Impressive driving to secure that spot.
Taking 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is Megasaurus 55, Renopa 99, Eddie G, and Hugh Jast. 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th sees Richard Rossier, maybe today's Satan, Jack M Team, and Joe Ergue. Finishing 12th and 13th is Mr. Bang and Puppy Dog from Hell. Wayne Pearson claimed 14th. In 15th, it's Simon Barnes. Chris Ilduke end in 16th.